Today we're going to talk about how to find the length of the missing side for these triangles using trigonometry. So what I always tell my students is to circle the angle that they give you, or if the problem has an X there and you're looking for the angle, that's the angle that you circle. So here I've circled the angle that they gave me. And then I say to them, and I will say to you, to look into the triangle. Okay, so stand on this vertex and look into the triangle, which means you're looking this way if you're standing here. So as you look into this triangle, what you find is that the 28 here is the opposite side, and the X here is the adjacent side. Now, I have my kids write down SOCAD TOA. I'm pretty sure your teacher probably showed you that. And there's a fun little story that goes with it, and I don't remember it. But it is important that you be able to write this down. SOCAD TOA. This means that the sine is opposite over hypotenuse, where we don't have any information. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, where we don't have any information. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. Now, we have information on both the opposite and the adjacent. So this is when we will solve this using a tangent. So we're going to say, that the tangent, because it's the one that's opposite over adjacent, and then we know the angle, it's 29 degrees. So the tangent of 29 equals the opposite, which is 28, divided by the adjacent, which is X. So that's the equation that we need to solve. And if we were going to set up the other one, okay, this time the angle that they give us is here. Excuse me. So we're going to stand on this angle. We're going to stand right here, and we're going to look into the triangle. Now, what we find is that the 15, if you're standing on angle A, 15 here is our opposite, and X here is our adjacent. And so once again, we have opposite and adjacent. So for the triangle here on the right, we are going to set up another tangent equation. So for this one, it's going to be the tangent. This time the angle that we circled is 18, and it's going to equal the opposite, which this time is 15, over the adjacent, which is again X. Now, both of these are solved the same way. What you do, because remember, we want to get X on top and everything on the other side. That's how you solve for X. So on both of these, we will multiply both sides by X, And what that does is it cancels this one. So if I multiply this by x and I multiply this by x, now these are canceled. And so what I have now is x times the tangent of 29 equals 28. And over here, I have x times the tangent of 18 equals 15. Notice we're doing the exact same thing to both of these. Now, if I want x to be all by itself, then I have to get rid of that tangent of 29. Or if you're over here, I have to get rid of this tangent of 18. So to do that, because these are multiplied, this is a multiply, this is a multiply. The backwards of multiply, or the undoing of multiplying, is dividing. We will divide everything by the tangent of 29. Or if we're on this problem, we're going to divide everything by the tangent of 18. I didn't do that well, but. So if I divide this by the tangent of 29, it means I have to divide the other side by the tangent of 29. And if I divide this side by the tangent of 18, I have to divide this side by the tangent of 18. So now these have canceled. These are gone. And these are gone. And turns out that I have my answers here. All that's left on the left here is x equals 28 divided by the tangent of 29. And on the right, I have x equals 15 divided by the tangent of 18. Now, when you go to put these on your calculator, be sure that your calculator is in degrees, because you'll get a really wrong answer if it's in radians. I need to just make that skinny. So, from here on forward, this is just a calculator problem. So, if I say, make sure my calculator's in degrees, it is. So, if I say 28 divided by the tangent of 29, I get that this equals 50.513. I don't know how far your teacher wants you to expand it. But for this one, when I plug in 15 and divide it by the tangent of 18, I get that this one is 46.165. And those are the lengths. This x is the 50. This is 50.513. And this one is 46.165. And those are the answers.